short run to fix their cars.
And remember, low air pressures for these drivers. Ooh, problem. Dawson Sutton in the 71 into the inside wall. He's making his ARCA Series debut. Had a good qualifying effort. Qualified in the 7th spot. He was running in the 7th spot, but look at all the damage to that right front. Trevor, that's going to be terminal.
Yeah, you hate to see that. Obviously, the Sutton family very involved in NASCAR with their truck team that Ty Dillon drives for, the Rackley Roofing team. Dawson's had a great start in his late model career. Wanted to come out here tonight in an ARCA car and show what he could do, but this is going to end it pretty quickly.
Already sideways when he came off for the corner. See if we can see what Logan Mizuraka saw. See him already into the inside wall.
See him get loose up the racetrack.
Just running by himself, Trevor, and just got a little bit loose. Again, low air pressures, and you know, we've had truck series practice and qualifying since these guys were on the racetrack.
It's hard to explain to a driver who's coming here for one of their first times how fast things happen at Bristol. Most racetracks, the car gets loose, you can on the bottom here at Bristol.
Here's some of the lap traffic we were talking about. Sawalich, that orange and white car right in front of our onboard. Our Suchi fast track onboard for Zilich.
Yeah, these two leaders
Caution flag.
Caution out for the 2nd time. That's the 9 of Logan Mizuraka we talked about. She's a 3rd Rev Racing entry.
And Clean Harbors came on board for this race for Logan.
See the flat right front tire there. Not sure if that happened while she was sliding or if that caused the incident.
Yeah, solid qualifying effort for Logan. She qualified in the 13th spot. She was running 18th. She has the car refired. Just to be careful with that flat right front tire, she doesn't do any more damage to that right front fender and the suspension.
Oh, had some help there from
Amber Balkin, Tony Breidinger.
All 3 of the ladies were all running together there. Amber got in the back of Logan, and I think the 25 of Tony Breidinger, whether she got in the back of Amber after they got slowed down.
Riding on board with Logan right here.
Yeah, lucky not to hit anything.
Very lucky, very lucky. This, obviously, the straightaways are banked here at Bristol. A lot of times the straightaways are self-cleaning, and they get you.
Monday and see who wins sweetest move of the race. That's a nominee, and we've got Wilson around in the 39, so caution comes out for the 3rd time.
You know, my takeaway so far, Phil, is just how even our 2 leaders are. We've seen both of them lead in the 2nd place car, be able to stay within a half a second of the front car as you see this spin here. 39, turn 4.
Yeah, DL Wilson, he came in here in the top 5 in East Series points. Jamie, you talked about this being a combination race with the East Series.
We'll step aside. The 18 and William Sawalich leads. Connor Zilich, 44 laps in.
Series is important in the grand scheme of things. We were looking at the Truck Series playoff drivers. Ooh, cautions on the racetrack.
Caution out for the 4th time. Then 9. Wow, big hit for Logan Mizuraka.
Yeah, and the looks of that tell me there's somebody else with some damage too that's come through and hit the rear.
28.
Oh, no.
Look at
Trouble,
oh, no.
Big trouble for Connor Zilich. All he had to do was finish 12th.
Wow.
Or worse to win that championship tonight, guys.
What a heartbreak.
We're hearing the 9 had already spun, and Connor came along and could not avoid her. I'm sure we'll get a look, certainly from the onboard at least, on what happened here. But so now does Sawalich, does he change his plan, knowing that he had to do everything he could do to try to win that championship? Now with the trouble for Zilich.
Well, from the looks of that right rear, I just don't know that this 28 will be able to continue. You see the crew getting a right rear tire ready to come and put on this car, but
looked like it had bent the housing too.
For sure.
Yeah.
They're trying to hook that car up right now and put it on the wrecker.
Obviously the car wouldn't go, so.
98 spin. Oh, man.
Oh, yeah.
9.
Racing with Amber Balkin once again on the inside. Makes contact. Gets into the outside wall. Here, the big hit comes right there.
That's Connor Zilich. Let's go on board with Connor.
The mentioned how quick things happen here. You see rolling down the banking and just nowhere to go.
And he's already in the corner as hard as he's going to. So you can't just stop on a dime, or you can't turn.
Pretty good right now. The top four are the guys you mentioned in the pre-race show.
Caution out for Amber Balkan once again. Her night has gone from bad to worse here. Looks like she may not be able to continue after this. She was running 18th at the time of this incident.
Wonder if maybe she had a tire rub where the contact with, well, the contact would have been on the left side with Logan Mizrakin, and those left side tires appear to be up.
Well, they got to her and she said, hold on a second, I could fire it. Yeah.
It's the right front down.
Right front's definitely down. You can see the part of the safer barrier.
I was talking to Amber earlier today just about her season on a whole. She's actually on her 6th different crew chief here this weekend and said, my season has been an absolute disaster if I had to give a word to it. She said there's been a lot of team changes, as just mentioned, a lot of bad luck, but she said, I have to fight. I have to stay in it. Right now, it's a mental game, and being resilient is just who I am.
As he continues to work the top, at some point he's going to have to bail on that and get down. There's his hole if he can get in front of Chris Wright. Tried to squeeze him. Chris is going to get it in.
Caution is out for the 6th time. The 99 of Michael Maples into the outside wall.
Big hit there. Right rear down, left front damage.
Driving for Fast Track Racing, he was 21st at the time of the incident.
There's part of his nose piece and the fender.
Well, you want action, you get it here. Great racing side by side and a lot of cautions. We had 10 cautions last year. Right now, we're already at 5. We're not even at halfway.
He was by himself, looked like maybe just bounced off the apron or something.
That was such a violent spin. I wonder if the left rear didn't go down.
Turned 18, he would move the Xfinity Series, and the caution is out yet again.
Turn 4. Caution out for the nighttime. Marco Andretti. Damage on the right rear doesn't look too excessive. Certainly the General Tire logo's all rubbed off. He's definitely gotten into someone or something like a wall.
Looks like maybe that right rear tire is pulled back a little bit.
Hit here on the exit of the corner. Right there. Looks like a right front tire down. We've seen a couple of these cars snap or move, and that's not a typical movement. I would say the right front went
without
down or
a
got
doubt.
Soft there.
We saw that happen several times last year, but we haven't seen.
William Sawalich go easy like that last restart. Might regain the lead, and another caution's out.
10th caution, Greg Van Alst, around damage.
Well, and we talked earlier, Jamie, how hard it is to get in a rhythm at Bristol, and all these cautions just make it more and more difficult to do anything as a driver, to figure out your race car. Greg Van Alst, big damage here. I don't know that you ever have small damage at Bristol, but
well, Greg Van Alst been away from the ARCA Menard Series for the last month, focusing on running some races in the Xfinity Series. Here's what happened at the 35.
He's going to get a little help here, possibly. It is from Christian Rose in that 32. I don't think intentional, but nonetheless, there was a little bit of contact there.
Another look at it here.
You have the straightaways banked here on both sides, and normally you spin like that, and you're going to make contact with the inside wall. As we see Greg getting out of the car, good to see that.
They came in here with high expectations. So far tonight, and we've got 54 laps to go.
Great.
Oh, and they're wrecking again. Chris Wright around. See, I spoke too soon. We have now broken the record, Trevor.
I was just about to say, you have to treat every restart like it could be the last one. Clearly, this one wasn't, as probably the next one won't be, but you have to treat them all like that and be on your game for all these, and that's the fatigue that sets in and what's so important for William Sawalich and for Landon Lewis.
See the 15, that's Chris Wright. He's on the inside of the 20, and just got a little bit of nudge from Lawless, Allen from behind, then someone's going to come along. It looks like Tony Branger, and took the nose off that car. This is Corey Day. We're going to ride along with him. He's behind this. You see, does a nice job. Center of the corner, just turning that car left to get on the apron to avoid that.
And you said something earlier, Phil, self-cleaning. This track self-cleaning, and that.
And caution is out once again for the 12th time.
We'll see copy and paste again for that restart.
And Christian Rose goes around. Talked about the 3 kids from the Children's Hospital painted that beautiful paint scheme, put their touches on it. There is the banking right there. That shows a good vantage point, Trevor, what you were talking about.
Yeah. I mean, I rode around this track for the first time at 8 years old in an SUV. We snuck onto the racetrack. You know, my dad was rebellious, and so we went out there, and I thought the SUV was going to flip over, and we went back down to the banking pretty quickly.
Finally gets it going. The right front wouldn't move when initially tried to get going. He's going to make it to pit road. Again, if he has a flat tire, the ARCA officials will allow them to change that.
See if we can figure out what happened here from the 82 of Corey Day.
Oh, just
not clear.
Just squeezed Corey Day into the outside wall there. Corey did absolutely nothing wrong there. No doubt that Christian Rose thought he was clear.
And in the background behind that, you see Chris Wright with a damaged car almost crashed as well.
See the damage to Corey Day's machine, that Hendrick car.
He's looking pretty good.
Connor Zillage came in with the 60-point advantage.
Just like that.
Wow, just in front of the field, the 95 hard into the wall. Andrew Patterson.
That's why I didn't say he was on his way to victory. I didn't want to jinx it.
Oh,
that was close.
good thing you didn't.
Yeah.
4 laps to go. Caution is out for the 13th time.
And guess what that means? We're going to have a restart, another restart, and then if something happens, then we'll have more restarts.
Well, they should know how to restart at Bristol by now.
So Walt's going to take the bottom. I got to believe he's going to take the bottom.
Man, if I'm the leader, I'm taking the top. I mean, every stat we have shows that the top has the advantage. But for William Sawalich, the bottom has been where he's restarted every single time. So do you go where you're familiar, or do you go where you can be on offense?
And that was Sawalich that went by right as that car was coming off the wall as well.
Right in front of the field.